So Blizzard just released a ton of information about Diablo Immortal, specifics on release date and times, regions, server lists, compatibility, and so much more. Today in this video, we're going to talk about it. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Captain Nemo. Welcome to another Diablo Immortal video. Today, we're going to be talking about, once again, the hottest news off the press. Blizzard is dropping it like it's hot every day, and today is no different. We got tons of information about Immortal, so let's get into it. So first, let's talk global launch schedule. So it's going to release on June 2nd at 10 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, PTD, for iOS, Android, and of course, PC in open beta. Some players will see the game earlier. They might see it on June 1st PDT, and that's because of the way the Apple and the Google Play Store work. Really, there's nothing to worry about. It's going to come out on June 2nd, but some players might see it just a little bit earlier on June 1st. Now, the Asia Pacific region, the countries that are over there, are going to see this on June 22nd. There is no actual time yet. I'm assuming it's going to be probably around the same time. So countries like Hong Kong, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, all of those folks are going to see this game on June 22nd. Now, this article also mentions requirements for both PC and mobile. So both PC, Android, and iOS have their specs in here. I will link the article down below, right below the like button in this video in the description. You can go check it out for yourselves to match whatever specifics you want, but they are finally here. Now, I'll leave all the specs for you to read for yourself, but there's one that caught my eye. There's a specific spec in here that states that the ultra graphics setting in DI are only going to be available for PC and select iPads. Not all of them, only select ones. So I'm going to assume like the iPad Pros and etc. So this is very important. The ultra graphics setting is not going to be available for any of the mobile phones, only PCs and then select iPads. The rest of the settings you can read for yourself, as well as the controllers. They have all of the supported controllers for Windows, Bluetooth, wired, iOS. All of them are listed down below as well. Again, right below that like button. Now, one thing to remember, and I mentioned it in my last video, it is very important to make sure that you connect to your Battle.net account first. If you want to do crossplay across iOS, Android, or the PC, you got to make sure that you log into your Battle.net account and use that same Battle.net account across all of the devices so you don't lose any data. It's very important to keep that in mind. So now let's talk servers and regions. North America is getting both NA West and NA East. Each one of those regions is going to have over 20 servers, something like 28 servers each. And each one of those servers is going to have a unique name. So, like some of those names are called Deckard Cain, Zoltan Kuhl, Sin War, Plains of Despair, Arcane Sanctuary. Each one of the servers is going to have a custom name that you'll be able to pick. Remember, you need to be on the same server if you want to play with your friends. So it's important to pick the right one. Otherwise, just pick the one that you think is cool, but remember to pick it in your region because that's very important. So NA East and NA West, over 20 servers each. Remember, the link will be in the description down below so you can follow me or just take a look at whatever server you like to play on. European region is broken down. There's one big region that's going to be for English-speaking Europeans. It's going to have the same amount of servers, between 20 to 28 servers, just like NA West and NA East. But Europe is also broken down into language-based regions as well. There's a French one, there's German, Spanish, Italian, and Polish. All are going to have their own servers. There's the Oceania region, which is Australia. That's pretty cool. They call it Oceania. There's also an East Asia region, the Korean region, as well as the South America Spanish and Portuguese are all getting regions with their own servers in them. This is pretty cool. So again, I will link the list down below. You can go check it out for yourself, see which region you want to play in, see which server you want to play in. There are definitely plenty of servers. Now, one thing to remember, in my previous video, I talked about a developer interview where we were able to ask a whole bunch of questions from the Diablo Immortal development team. And this was one of the questions. We talked a little bit about servers. One thing to mention here is that they do expect eventually some of the servers to merge. There is no special details about it, but they did state that in the future, there is a possibility for some of the servers to merge to keep the activity going. So if there's like a server that doesn't have a lot of people on it, there's not a lot of activities, there is a possibility that it might merge with another server. Now it's going to be seamless to you. You're not going to notice any difference, but just keep that in mind. On top of that, they also mentioned that there is a possibility for a server transfer system to come at some point in the future. This is not going to be very quick. It's going to be months and months ahead of time, but there is a possibility. They are looking at that. So you might possibly eventually in the future be able to switch a server depending on how you want to play. And of course, there are a few other little details in there about customer support and community and all of that. Like I said, the link will be in the description right below the like button. And again, as soon as we have any more information, I will be bringing it right to you right here on Scrappy Academy. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.